Math is a wonderful thing. Math is a really cool thing.
Alright, so before we solve equations using ratio and proportion, let's go back and review what is the concept of ratio and proportion. So let's say I have here a ratio, and I have another ratio, C is to D. Now, if these two ratios are equal, we are going to have what we call proportion. Okay, now let's say one of the variables is unknown. Let's say I have here a number 2 over 3 equals, let's say, 10 is to, let's say, x. Okay, and we would like to solve the value of x. So to solve the value of x, we usually use the concept of cross multiplication whenever we solve for proportion. And how do we do cross multiplication? We do 3 times 10, which is 30, and then we multiply 2 times x, I'll get 2x. And then from here, we can have our equation, and we can solve the value of our x. Similarly, if I have here an equation that is proportional in nature, we can just do the cross multiplication and then solve for n. In this case, we multiply the n plus 6 by 2, and then multiply the n minus 3 by 3. And then from here, we distribute 3 to n minus 3. We'll get 3n minus 9. And here, I'll get 2n plus 12. I'm going to get rid of 2n. So using your subtraction property, I'll get n minus 9 equals 12. And then addition property to both sides, I'll get n equals 21. And the value or the answer for this is n equals 21. Note that we can also solve this one using the concept of LCD. So let's say I have here n minus 3 over 2 equals n plus 6 over 3. So let's say I'm going to use the LCD between the denominator 2 and 3. The LCD will be 6. So I would like this to be equal to 6, so I have to multiply by 3. I also need to multiply the top by 3. I want this to be equal to 6, so multiply this by 2, and then multiply this by 2. And then we can just ignore our denominator and say I'll have 3 n minus 3 equals 2 n plus 6, which is the same thing that I have here using ratio and proportion. So instead of using the LCD, we can just do the cross multiplication and then solve for the unknown variable n. In this case, I don't have a denominator here, but we know that all numerator, they have a denominator equal to 1. And then we do the cross multiplication. 1 times this, I'll get 8h plus 7. And then 2 times this, I will have 2 times 3h minus 4. Alright, I have here parentheses, so we can distribute 2 to 3h minus 4. I'll get 6h minus 8. Bring down your 8h plus 7. We don't have any more like terms on this side, no like terms on this side, so let's undo the variable h. This one has a smaller coefficient compared to 8h, so I'm going to undo my 6h. Subtraction property. Additive inverse, I'm going to get 2h plus 7 equals negative 8. Subtraction property. Additive inverse. And then division property. And then using our multiplicative inverse, I'm going to get negative 15 over 2. Okay, don't write this as negative 7.5. Just leave your answer as a fraction, or if you want, as a mixed number. Third example. Okay, I can use again proportion to solve this equation. So multiply your 5b plus 5 by 9. and then multiply your 9b by 9b minus 3 by 3. So 3 times this. Distribute. I will have here 27b minus 9. This one is 45b plus 45. I'm going to undo my 27b, so subtract 27b to both sides. Using additive inverse, I will get here negative 9 equal to 18b plus 45. I have here 2 pluses. Okay. Next, I'm going to use subtraction property, additive inverse, to get 18b equals negative 9 minus 45 is just equal to negative 54. Now, using our symmetric property, I can also read this equation negative 54 equals 18b as 18b equals negative 54. So right now we are using our symmetric property. Division property. And then using your inverse, I'll get b equals, so negative 54 divided by 18 is actually equal to negative 3. And of course, don't forget, whenever you're done solving equations, don't forget to check your answer. So we did not check the other problems, but in this case, to check, you just need to replace your variable b, in this case b, by the value that we got. Okay, so 5b plus 5 divided by 3. So I'm going to replace my b here by negative 3. Replace b here by negative 3. And we would like to verify if the left side is equal to your right side. Alright, 9 times negative 3. Let me just use our calculator. So I will have 9. Alright, so 9 times negative 3, that should be negative 27, minus 3 should be negative 30. So I will have here negative 30 over 9. This is negative 30. I will have negative 30 over 9. Or to simplify this one, so divide by 3, I'll get negative 10 over 3. Okay. Using your calculator, there's a shortcut on how to find the simplified fraction. Just type in your negative 30 over 9, which is ABC 9. Then when you press EXE, it will give you the simplified fraction. Alright, let's solve this one. So 5 times negative 3 will be equal to negative 15. Okay, negative 15 plus 5 will be equal to negative 10 over 3. So indeed, the left side is equal to your right side. Alright, last example. Now, before we solve this problem, note that your 2/3 of 6, okay, so 2/3 of 6, or 2/3 times 6, can also be written as 2 times 6 divided by 3. See, these two are the same thing, okay? So I can rewrite this as 3 times 28x plus 21 all over 7. Same thing with this, I can rewrite this as 3 times this, 16 minus 20x divided by 4. And then from here, we can use our cross multiplication. So 4 times this, I'm going to get 12 times the quantity 28x plus 21. 7 times 3 is 21 times the quantity 16 minus 20x. Next, we are going to distribute our 12 to our 28. So 12 times 28 is equal to 336. So this one, 336x. And then your 12 times 21, we are going to get 252. Do the same thing here. So we do 21 times 16. We are going to get 336. And then 21 times negative 20x, we'll have 21 times a negative 20x. We are going to get 420. Okay, so minus 420x. All right, so we don't have any like terms here. We don't have any like terms on this side. So I'm going to undo our variable x. So this x here has a smaller coefficient. It has negative 420. So I'm going to add 420x to both sides. Additive inverse, this will cancel out. I'm going to have here 336x plus 420x is just equal to 756x. Bring down your 252 equals 336. And then when you subtract 252 to both sides, we are going to get 84 here. And I will have here 756x. All right. And then finally, use your division property. Divide by 756, divide by 756. We are going to get x equals 84 over 756. Now we can surely simplify this fraction. Let's use our calculator. I'll type in 84 ABC 756 and it will give me 1 over 9. Okay, so the answer here will be 1 over 9.
Math is a wonderful thing. Math is a really cool thing.